What's up, everybody? Welcome to Storm Sessions. We are here with one of the stars of the Miami Hurricanes, local boy, Mark Fletcher. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Doing awesome, man. Doing awesome.
Yes, sir.
Long season, played a lot of football. How you feeling?
Man, blessed to be here. Blessed to not have any crazy injuries, man. I'm breathing, so I'm good.
Yeah, man. I saw you at the game the other day at Pitbull Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
You're out there in the crowd on the sidelines. This is the American Heritage State Championship game. Of course, your boys took it home.
Yes,
you were
sir.
like a celebrity out there taking pictures, man. Now I feel be a local legend.
Man, it was just a blessing to come back. It was crazy to see all them people come up to me, but I was just trying to support, them boys. But, man, it's just a blessing. Just a blessing.
You're somebody that a lot of people have known for a long time. Feels like youth football, you were one of those guys that people talked about.
Yes,
Now, tell me about your journey with the game of football.
Man, I started off Lauderhill Lions. That was my first ever team, a little local, and then I switched over to Fort Lauderdale Rebels with my older cousin, Steve. And then when I was 9 years old, I started off with Plantation Wildcats, and I stuck without them throughout my whole youth league career. And then that's just where all the attention started coming from, real big. I'll say Plantation Wildcats, and the rest is history now.
Did you play with or against players that?
Oh yeah, I played with a lot of people. Even somebody on my team right now, Damari Brown. We started from the ground up together, but there's so many people to name. I can't even think of them right now. But yeah, a lot of them.
Were you always a running back? Did the linebacker? What were you playing?
I started off. My first position was O-lineman. I was right tackle. I was just the biggest kid. But I was the fastest when we would do conditioning and sprints. So I always wanted to play running back. I told the coach I could do it. Put me out there one game. My first carry I scored, and the rest is history.
We were talking before, and you said you got the heart of an O-lineman. Now I understand because you started off. There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
So just the game of football. What made you play it in the first place?
Honestly, I feel this was my God-given talent just to play this game. My dad, big cousins, big brother, family, they always pushed me to play it. My mom would be the one to always hold them back. She didn't want her baby getting hurt, but they said they seen it in me, and I just had to see it for myself. And when I first started, it came so easy to me, it was so natural, so I just stuck with it.
And how old were you when you first started?
7 years old.
And was this the only the first sport you played?
Yeah, that's the first sport I played, and the only sport I loved. I wasn't that good in basketball. I'm gonna be a man enough to admit that I wasn't that good. But yeah, I ain't really like anything else. Baseball, I never tried soccer, nothing. I'm just a football player.
And were you watching it on TV and just liking what you were seeing on TV, or was it
just
playing?
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I just love watching football. That's just what I was always taught. And the first team I actually watched was the Miami Hurricanes. And, man, I could pull up some baby pictures. I just posted a baby picture on my Instagram the other day, and it said property of the Hurricanes. Me and my mom was just joking about it. We'll pull that up later, but yeah, man, I'm just a football guy.
Playing the game, was it the physicality, the crowd? What was it about the game itself that really got to you?
I believe it's just the joy that it brings me. Just the joy, the bond with everybody, so many connection it brings with just good people, and that's what I'll say. That's what I love about it the most.
When was the moment you said your first carry went for a touchdown? So that was probably a pretty good one. But what was the moment where you're like, man, I'm good. I could be something here.
I believe just having that confidence of obviously scoring touchdowns, but being around, South Florida, you play so many great people. It's just man, when I'm balling on somebody who I know this person is a great player, it gives you confidence. And South Florida, I feel we have the best football here. So balling out at a young age in this environment, South Florida, that's when I showed myself that I could be something. I could be something in this football world.
Who is the other guy, if you could remember somebody that you played against or with, that you're like, man, this dude is – because I know you look at the good players when you're considered one. Who's the guy you're like, man, this guy's a problem?
My favorite football player, and I still tell him this to this day, is James Williams. I played with him in high school, and I would watch him a little when he wasn't even on my team, but I played with him in high school, played against him. And even in practice, man, I just looked up to him. I loved how he approached the game of football, just with his swag, how he took it. He just took everything personal, and he just put his heart out there. And that's somebody I always looked up to, and I wanted to, even though he played a totally different position, safety, but I just wanted to model my approach to the game after him. That's what I say.
I got to play with him last year too.
Exactly. So
now he's in the pros. I know you're headed that direction. So.
Yes,
when you're a kid, aside from football, I know that's a lot of what you're doing. You're playing every weekend. It's like a
Hmm.
total commitment. What else are you doing? What else are some of your interests at that age?
Really, man, just being a kid, going outside, just doing anything, fishing, just being around your friends. Y'all play hide and seek or something, but just being a kid. That's all it is.
Were you
Nothing.
fishing out there in the ocean? Were you fishing the canals, the
Oh,
lakes?
look canals, look canals. I didn't start going out like deep sea fishing until I got into like later in my high school, like junior, senior year.
Yeah, we talked to everybody. Everybody's getting those peacock bass and those canals and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah. That's easy. Them guards, them bags. Yeah, that's easy work right there.
now you graduated here, so I'm sure you'll get out there soon,
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much.
most definitely.
So football really was the only sport. So no other sports.
Yeah, no other sport.
Any other activities? Or were you just like locked in from the
I was
start as far as like organized?
just locked in on football, man. That's my life, man. That's what I want to continue to keep doing.
And you were a fan of the Hurricanes from that early
Oh
age.
yeah, 100%.
What do you remember just watching them?
Really, it was just the swag and like how much fun they was having. Like, man, they made football look real fun. Like it was just everybody out there dancing, celebrating, talking trash. Like that's what I know football is. Like that's what I know. When I think of football, that's what I think of. Just talking trash, having fun, dancing around out there, and just enjoying it. So that's what I feel like. That's just what caught my eye.
I know Duke Johnson was running real good around
Oh
the time
yeah.
when you were a kid. Was there someone you watched that you were like, man, this is like as a Hurricane that you're like, oh, I like this guy?
I most definitely had to say Duke Johnson was number one. This was before I even met him. Now that I met him, it's just even crazy. But yeah, Duke Johnson, Sean Taylor. Like I watched a lot of defensive guys as a running back. It's crazy. Like I fell in love with all the defensive guys. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. I'll say guys like that.
I know you just because I watch your career. People are
Mhm.
always trying to move you off running back, not because you're not good at running back, because you're so big. They're like, all right, this guy be a killer linebacker or
Yeah.
whatever. So, what was that process like where you're like saying, no, I'm a running back? Was that something you had to kind of? I know Derrick Henry went through the same thing.
Yeah.
People were always trying to move him, and he's like, listen, I can do this.
Well, I never really took it as disrespectful. I don't really like people voicing their opinions. I never really take them as disrespect. So if they believe that, they believe that. But I'm gonna just show you why I'm a great running back too. Because I would love to play linebacker. I don't have no problem hitting somebody. I'm an athlete, man. Anything to help the team, that's what I want to do. But coaches view me as a running back, then I'm gonna be the best running back you got. That's it.
Now, tell me about just your family growing up. I know you guys are a tight family.
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little about just growing up in the household.
Oh man, growing up, I had a big brother, I had my sister, my mom, my dad. Man, everybody was just, focused on me. Like I'm the baby of the family, so everybody just, spoiling me, doing the best they can for me. But growing up, man, it was good family oriented things, man. They just showed me real love, and we were just tight together. Growing up, I loved my childhood. I loved it.
Going to American Heritage Football Factory, big private school. It's like a college almost when you see some of the facilities. What was that process like?
Man, it was beautiful. It's the best decision my dad could have made for me, man. It was beautiful. That school changed my life, being around that environment, and not only getting me ready for football, it got me ready for college education. Like American Heritage, they one of the best high schools ever to get you ready, to get your kid ready for the next level. That's what I would say. So, and it definitely got me ready, and I was able to go there in 7th grade. So I started off there early, and to be able to graduate there, it definitely put me like a step or two ahead of other people.
Was that like a recruiting process itself? I know you got recruited when you go to college, but was that a recruiting process?
I'll say it was. It really was a recruiting process because it was definitely other great high schools around, like Chaminade, St. Thomas, but I'm just happy that I was a part of American Heritage.
So high school, with the high school and youth, what was your best highlight from that period, just on the field that you remember like, man, that was the play that was.
Man, I wish I could pull it up and show you right now. I wish I could put up and show you right now. Who were we playing? I think it was my sophomore year. We were playing Temple Jesuit. I believe that's the school, Temple Jesuit. And we were down, and this was a playoff game to go to states, and we actually won states that year. And this was the game to go to states. And we were down, I think it was like 12-6 or something. And then we had to tie the game. And I had made a great run. It was crazy. Like, we were like on the 30. I had got a little inside zone, made that first linebacker miss. And then I had broke out to the outside, made a corner miss, and I'm carrying people, and I went all the way to the end zone and scored. And that run, it felt like I was out my body. That didn't even feel like me, but that's a highlight that I definitely remember from high school that's going to stick with me forever. Like, it was crazy.
Now, that time period, was there any hardship that you remember? Because, I mean, again, you were a big-time guy the whole way, at least as far as, football. It seems from the outside things were rolling smooth. Was there a hardship you had to overcome at that time?
Man, my whole high school career, I had hardships. Like, after every year, I unfortunately had to have a post-season surgery. So it's like I never could really work on work on myself, work on my craft in the off season. It's like I'm always rehabbing just to be able to play football again. So that's what I would say some hardships I faced in high school, not being able to really work on my craft. In the off season, I just had to rehab, like fix this shoulder, fix this knee, and just go out there and play, do what I could do, and just help the team. So that's what I would say some hardships were.
It's crazy seeing the success you had during the season. Even this season, you were rehabbing this offseason.
Exactly.
First game, scoring touchdowns against Florida in front of everybody.
Man, that's just a blessing. That's all God. And, man, we praying we could make it through this bowl game so I could have a killer offseason and show y'all even more next year. Like, there's so much more that could be done.
So going back to high school, though, your recruiting process, you mentioned you were Canes fan the whole way, but then you committed to Ohio State, which, look, one of the top programs in the country.
Yeah.
What made you make that initial commitment?
I believe I was just super excited. Such a big school like that wanted me. And as a kid, just from Broward, I was just like, man, Ohio State, they interested in me. Man, I gotta go there. Like, it just didn't feel right at the time to just, ignore past that, no matter what my dream school was or anything. Like, at that time, I was just, man, this big time school want me, man, I'm gonna go for it. But, things happened, and I'm so happy things happened the way they did, and I ended up here.
Yeah, I know Eddie George was a big running back for them.
Oh, definitely.
Did they make that comparison?
Yeah, they definitely did, and I was able to talk to him too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So then, obviously, you flipped to Miami. What made you make that decision to come home and stay here?
Man, I believe that was just all God. I believe God put me in the right position and at the right time, put me in the right headspace. I had the right conversations with my family to talk to them about where I needed to be, and Miami ended up being that place. And, man, just the rest is history. I'm just ready to keep on building my years here.
So you come here, great freshman season, then bowl game, the injury we just talked about, right? So whole off season you're rehabbing. Something you're used to, but not something you want to go through again. Yeah. So what was that like, knowing that this was potentially a really big season for the Canes and you're not a sure thing to play?
Man, that was one of the hardest things I went to, because I done been injured before, but never where I'm to a point where I'm not able to run for 8 months. Like, not running for 8 months, man. I'm just sitting there thinking the worst, but at the same time, I had so many great people around me who just kept me positive, kept me motivated. And, man, I just had to really get closer to God. Like, I had to really talk to God. And I feel like sat down for that long, it just really opened my eyes and made me appreciate the game of football even more than I already did. Because, like, I love this game. I'll never disrespect this game, and I'll always give my all into it. But that bowl game, it really showed me that any play could be your last play. Like, it could be over. Like, so, man, I made sure when I was able to come back, I'll attack every workout, every lift, every practice, every game. Like, it's the last thing I'm going to do today. Like, this is the last thing I'm here on earth to do today. That's just what I'm going to keep on doing.
I know nobody, at least people on the outside, expected you to play that first game.
Yeah,
no one thought you were going to play
I didn't either. I didn't either, but, man, they said I have a chance to be clear go, and I was just like, y'all think I could do it? And trainers told me yes. Like, we believe in you. My coaches believed in me. Team believed in me. I had no reason but to believe in myself, and I just made sure I was going to do whatever I could do for them.
What was that feeling with that first touchdown?
Man, I just pointed up to the sky, pointed up to God. It was surreal. Like, I was just like, dang, bro, I could do a little something. It was a great feeling, sure.
And how important is your faith to you? I know a lot of players from the team, we talked to them, and a lot of players lean on their faith on this particular team. So for you, how important is it?
It's extremely important, very significant part of my life. I've been through so many hardships, not even with just the game of football, just in life. And God never left me. He never left me. He never, you know, I was never confused about anything. I believe everything happened for a reason. When he's with me during the good times and the bad times, like, well, he is with me through the good times and the bad times. So I just always gotta give him his praise for anything that I do, anything that happens to me.
So this season, obviously, the highest of the highs, and then the worst hardship you could think about with the passing of your father.
Oh yeah.
Take me through that and just how you've navigated that.
Man, I'm still navigating, honestly. Like, it's still just so weird to me. It's so weird. But it's like, it's a lot of more people who's going through this with me. Like, you can't, like, yes, it hurts me, but man, I know it's some people who lost their dad too. Like, and they feeling just like that weird, empty feeling of me. So, man, I just know that I'll see him again one day, and I just got to keep on living for him, man. Like, we got to keep on going for him. And yeah, it's been hard, and good days and bad days. But man, my dad, I know he'll be proud of me, and I just got to keep on living for him, man. And that's all I can do, live a good life for him, and that's what I'm gonna continue to keep on doing.
And you're in such a unique position because those of us who've gone through these tragedies, it's like a blur those first few days.
Yeah.
But you're right there playing football in front of tens of thousands of people, everybody kind of looking at you in particular.
Yeah.
Scoring the touchdown, just that whole game, was it like a normal game when you're blocking everything out, or was it different while you were playing it?
I tried to make my life as normal as I could be. Like, I tried to just go through my same progressions. Yes, them feelings are still there. And it's like I tried to kind of like block the pain, but just go out there and be happy, be a football player. Man, your daddy got the best seat in the house. Man, just go out there and ball for him, because that's what he'll want me to do. And so that's what I had to just have that mindset, man. My dad is out here. He want to see his son play football, so I'm going to play football. And that's just what I had to keep on doing. And that's what I'm going to keep on doing, man.
From the stands, it looked like you were just like supercharged, especially that first drive.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you feel just athletically, like on the field that day?
Man, I felt as good as I could be, like as good as I could be. And I just, like I told you, I just had the mindset that I'm going to just give it my all. And, he'll be proud of me regardless of the outcome. Like, I just didn't care about anything. I just said, man, I'm going to play some football today. That's it.
That first touchdown, crossing the goal line, what was that feeling like?
Man, I had to point at my boy. I said, hey, I gave him that one. I said, man, you the reason I got in there. Of course, my O-line helped, but, man, you the reason I got in there. And it was, man, it was a good feeling. All the O-line, the team came up to me, said, man, this for Big Fletch, man. This for Big Fletch. So, man, that touched my heart. And I said, hey, man, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep whooping these boys.
That's something that you heard from Cam after games. You heard it from Estrepo after games.
Oh, yeah.
I know, I'm sure there was even more of that within the locker room. What was that like with the team just kind of embracing you?
Everybody just had my back. When it happened, man, they all showed up to my dad's funeral. It's like I was attacked with so much love, so many people just letting us know, like, bro, we here for you. Like, this is crazy what you're going through. This is real life crazy. And, God forbid, one of these things can happen to one of our players tomorrow. Like, man, just to see everybody just show me so much love, man. I just gotta give back to them. That's how I feel. I just gotta keep on giving back to them, because how much love they showed me is very much appreciated. Like, I can't even express how grateful I am for this team. Like, for Coach Mario Cristobal, man, he know how much I really appreciate and love him. Honestly, I do.
How was that just dealing with Coach? Was Coach, he's coaching the team in the middle of a huge season, but obviously you're someone that he cares about a lot and recruited. Now, how was he during this process?
He was hurt. Like, when we found out the news, he said, man, I really loved your dad. Me and your dad was inseparable. Like, they was good. They were good friends. Yes, that's my coach, but him and my dad, man, they go way back. And he said like, they had conversations, behind closed doors, and my dad just said, please just take care of my son. Coach Mario Cristobal, he took that to heart, and he gonna continue to live by that. And man, I'm just to be blessed where I am. It's crazy, because I was thinking about, like, would this happen if I was at Ohio State? Not to, slander them or anything,
right.
But man, it's just, everything happens for a reason, honestly. Like, that's all I can say.
Well, I know I've been talking to people when it happened, talking to people not on the team, just people in the community who all had great things, just memories and just a lot of love for your dad. Just again, community people, fans, people that knew you growing up. How would the community, not just the Miami Hurricane, not just this building, but the whole South Florida community, you felt that love and that embrace?
Definitely. My dad, it's like my dad was a legend out here. It's like, I can't. And it's like, I always knew that, but it's just like, Dad, all right, watch out, man. Like, all right, yeah, you that man. But just to see how many people, like, he really touched, he really touched just by having a simple conversation with them and just by being himself, man, it's really like, wow, like, this man was amazing. I'm happy to have his name. That's how I am. I'm happy to have his name and continue on his legacy.
Was he your hero?
Most definitely. Him and both of my parents were definitely my heroes, but most definitely, he was more than my hero. He was my best friend. He was my best friend. Like, we talked every single day, talked about everything. Like, man, that was my best friend. Truly, my best friend. And, man, that's how I know heaven real. Because you can't tell me my best friend just going like that. Like, you can't tell me just going like that. So I know God is real. I know heaven is real. And we all just got to keep doing the right thing here so we can see each other again. That's it.
Just to see you continue to just progress and do the things you're doing. What drives you when it's, you have something like this happen, or even just the injuries and having to wake up in rehab when you're not playing the next day, right? Just like, or just waking up hurt, which, all you guys are hurt at this time of year a little bit, right? What drives you to push through and do the things that other people won't do?
I'll say, I had a friend, I ain't gonna say his name right here, but I had a friend and he wants to play so bad and he always tells me how he wish he could be in my position, but he's always the first to congratulate me. But he always wished that he could be in my position, just be out there and play the football. And I think of him, honestly, like, this man wish he could be out here, at a D1 school working out, just being coached by some of the best coaches, being able to play football. So the fact that I get to do that every single day and he's begging for a chance to do that, he's just hoping, man, I got to give my all. I have to. It'll be disrespectful to him, disrespectful to the game of football. So I'm going to show up to everything, no matter how I feel, and give it my all. If I only got 15% today, I'm going to give all of that 15, man. That's just that.
After football, meaning after you're a Miami legend, after the NFL, all that, when you're done playing, where do you see yourself?
Man, I see myself. Where I want to see myself, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy where I'm at in life, and I just want to be successful and just set up good. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be.
You think in football, business, or are you just going to let the world come to you and see what happens?
Yeah, I definitely want to be still involved in football, man. I love this game, and I would love to give back. And so hopefully around football, even if I'm not, not playing, obviously, but coaching, even talking about it on the talk show, something like that.
Yeah, we'll definitely bring you back when
Please do.
So you have probably more questions than I've ever seen from the fans. We always ask the fans for questions, and you got like 3 pages worth. So,
all right.
So we're gonna roll through some of these here.
Let's do it.
All right. So we got JRock23 wants to know, who's your favorite running back?
My favorite running back of all time is LaShawn Shady McCoy. Yeah. I just love the way he plays. It's crazy. I don't think I could. I definitely can't move like he'll. Man, you can't teach that. But man, it's just definitely exciting to see how he run with the ball one hand, no ball security, still making people look crazy. That's one of my favorite running backs of all time.
Yeah, I don't know if Mario ever told the story, but he actually helped sign him to Miami, but then he didn't qualify, so he ended up not coming.
No.
Yeah.
No, he ain't never tell me that.
Yeah. No. It would have been a whole different. Imagine if he came to Miami, man.
Man.
So similar question, but a little different from Elflex17. Are there any running backs you've modeled your game after?
I just got this question asked the other day, and honestly, no. And not saying that I don't look up to running backs. There's a lot of running backs I look up to, a lot of people who I take, knowledge from. But it's just, I just try to run like myself, try to be myself as much as I can. Not saying I'm not trying to be like anybody else, but I just run the ball like Mark Fletcher as best as I can. That's all I can worry about.
Love it. All right, so Vibes Malk wants to know, what's the hardest thing you sacrificed to get to where you are now?
Hardest thing I sacrificed? I mean, I feel like what athletes sacrifice the most is time. That's what I would say, time away from your loved ones. That's all I could say to get where I am now. Because, you can't go to every party how you want to. You can't show up to everything for everybody because you're so busy with football, so busy working out to be, the best. So that's what I would say, just time away from family.
Jen Wow wants to know, what's your go-to pregame meal?
Man, I love me some spaghetti. I got to have spaghetti with the meatballs, red sauce. That's my pregame meal. It get me I like that. I like that right there.
Alex Longworth wants to know, your favorite class you've taken at UM?
My favorite class that I have taken at UM was most definitely public speaking. I'll say public speaking. Shout out Dr. Tress. And yeah, it was just, it helped me gain confidence to talk in front of people, like talk in front of big crowds. Not saying I even have a problem with it, but I don't know. That class was just fun and different. Something I never did before. So I'll definitely say that class.
And tell Dr. Trust doing a good job here today.
Oh, yeah, so. Yeah, definitely.
He got you ready. Yash Desai wants to know, who's funnier, you or Damien?
Man, Dame know I'm funny. Like, nah. That boy funny too, but I feel like Dame would even say I'm funnier than him. Dame more like reserved, he more chill. I'm more like the crazy guy on the team. Like in the running back room, that's what I see.
Yeah, it's funny. We had Damien on, great guy. And it's like you guys are similar in a lot of things and how you run too, but also different, right? He's more patient. You hit it hard. Like you guys are like both power backs and both cool dudes, but different styles to it.
Most definitely, man. I think that's the beauty of it, though. That's the beauty of it, truly.
C5 Star is asking, do you have any advice for getting recruited from high school? So for people juniors coming up in high school.
Man, bro, honestly, all I can say is don't worry about the offers. Worry about working on your craft. Worry about I'll say just worry about working on your craft and becoming a better football player. You try to worry about too many things like offers, you can't really control that. They're either going to offer you or they're not. So I would say control what you control, and that's just working on your craft and just worrying about your team, being the best you can be for your team. And I believe everything will work out for you, honestly. That's all I can say.
About working on your craft, Camera Audio Crew wants to know, what do the coaches here tell you that you can improve on?
There's a lot of stuff that even I tell them I can improve on. Like, I'm trying to learn from the coach, but I feel like if you get to a point to where you know what you need to improve on, then you'll be good. So what I need to improve on most definitely is just my second level speed, and then making people miss. So hopefully I get an off season so I can work on that. So man, I'm trying, y'all boys. I'm trying my best to do what I can do.
Well, I know you're working on your body too, right? And the training, you've taken an effort to do that. Right?
Yes, sir. Just to be able to just run in a straight line. So yes, sir.
Jay Jones, he wants to know, what's something you want to work on this offseason to what you just said. So we're going to get a healthy offseason. What do you want to work on?
Man, I just want to work on, some more, just becoming more elusive, I'll say, and maintaining my long distance speed. So I'll say working on that.
OJ Witt's asking, why did you pick number 4?
Man, honestly, bro, I've always been number 1 my whole life. Like, I've always been number 1. And then some all-star game, like one of the last all-star games that I played in youth football, I became I was number 4 for it because of the jersey sizing. Just because of the jersey size, I wore number 4. And man, I just always liked how it looked on me. And so I just stuck with it. Just stuck with that number 4.
So, Tucadia wants to know, who hits the hardest on the team?
The hardest hitter? Me. No, I'm playing. No. For real, Wes be busting people. I ain't gonna lie. Wes, it's a couple of them. Cam Pruitt, he'll catch you. Who else? The D linemen count. Yeah, they count. They count. Yeah. And they don't count. They count. Ruben, yeah, if he catch you, man, there's a lot of them boys. I don't know. Who I say make an impact though, and like who gonna let you know he hit you hard is West though. Like for some reason I always just see West just getting up acting crazy after he hit somebody. So I gotta say West right now.
I know you hit too. It's not like you're passive with your. Not you're in attack mode, right? With your pass blocking.
Gotta be.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore running backs from Jay Robertson?
How many it is? That's 5.
That's 4.
4. Shady, Sean McCoy, Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson. I got one more. Walter Payton. That's what I see.
There you go. Muhammad Land's asking, what's your 40 time and max bench press?
Man, I wish I could tell you my 40 time. The last time I done ran a 40 was my sophomore year of high school, and I ran a 4.6. That was my sophomore year of high school. I know I'm way faster now. So I got to get that updated for you. And bench, I have no idea. It's 300 something though for sure. 300 something though. You know, I lift a little bit. I do me a little something, but I'm not sure.
You got those long arms though. That makes it tougher.
It do. And my coach be saying that too. But I can still lift a little something. I'm strong now.
All right. I hope you get money for answering this question. Rod Vibrations wants to know, who would you recommend for running back youth training down in South Florida?
Who would I recommend for youth training?
Yeah.
Man, who trained me as a youth and made me a great running back is the head coach of American Heritage, Mike Smith. That's what I would say. Because he has a son who plays running back. He's been training him all his life. Lil Marcus, man, he got that boy right. And all the pro running backs will be going back to him. Khalil Herbert, man, all them boys, man. So I'll say Mike Smith, take your son now. He's going to get you right.
You need commission for that one. So Trevor Moyle asking, what's your favorite weather to play in game day?
Nice little cool day, cloudy, not too hot, but not raining though. But I say nice, cloudy, cool. That's how I see.
Do you like cold weather games? I know you haven't played a ton here.
Mm-hmm.
I know the pinstripers are that was a tough one injury wise, but because I can't imagine people want to tackle you in the cold.
I honestly, I don't think I like cold, but I don't think I care for real. Whatever's gonna happen, gonna happen. I'm gonna just show up to play. So I don't mind it.
Jax wants to know, how do you keep track and play football while also keeping your grades right and doing the academic stuff that you need to do?
You just have to learn how to manage your time. I'll say it's crazy how much time we give on our screens, like on our actual phones. It's just you just have to learn how to manage your time, and that's something I had to definitely work on. I was a bit procrastinator myself. You still have the moments where you procrastinate. Nobody's perfect, but manage your time, find what's best for you, and you'll be fine.
And that's setting you up for life too, because you're learning these habits now, and they're not going to go anywhere.
Exactly. So that's what I would say.
Andre Throws Dimes asking, what's your favorite trash talk moment?
My favorite trash talk moment, and it's a moment of mine.
Yeah, sure.
A moment of mine. Bro, honestly, I try my best not to talk trash. I try my best to just be out there smiling and having fun. So I can't really think of a moment right now. I don't know. I can't really think of a moment right now. I don't even really talk trash that much. If I said something to you, I mean, you're just not a nice guy. You did something wrong. So I don't really remember right now.
C. Marie's asking, and you talked about James Williams, Duke Johnson, as far as Hurricanes you admired. Anyone else do you remember just watching that you liked their game or the way they carried themselves?
Cam Kitchen, he knows it too. He one of my favorite players too. Just how he carries himself off the field as well. That's definitely somebody that I look up to, and who I did look up to when I came here. And I played against him in high school when he played at Northwestern. So that's another great, and he's in the league balling right now.
Yep. Keep
praying for his success. So that's definitely somebody who I looked up to and who I wanted to, just model my approach to the game off the field after.
Yeah, 2-time Defensive Player of the Week for the whole NFC.
I'm telling you, walking blessed.
Another guy got underestimated a little bit, right? They said he couldn't run or whatever it was, and he goes out there, starts year one.
Come on, baby. Come on.
MJ Showtime is asking, how can I, and this is something you just talked about that you want to do for yourself, how can I get better agility at running back?
Man, go to that beach. Go train in that beach. Do all them workouts that you do on the field in the beach and watch the difference. Trust me. Watch the difference.
Are you a big beach guy in general?
Yes, I'm a big beach guy, and bro, that sand is just something different when you train that sand and then you translate it on the field. You'll see. Try it out for yourself, yes.
Aiden Osman wants to know, what was your favorite run this year?
My favorite run. I have to say when I first game versus Florida and I jumped the pile, that second touchdown. Cause bro, it's like I was dreaming like the night before that game that I would do something like that. And it just that moment, it was just replaying like on some deja vu or something. It was just like, hey, it's about to happen right now. And then I just jumped and then I was just so turned after. I was like, bro, I saw this. Like I saw it, I envisioned this. So I have to say that's my favorite run.
Yeah, I remember my boy Steve-O from Golden Feet was telling me before the game, he goes, Broward's going to show up today.
Oh, yeah.
You scored a touchdown. Restrepo scored a touchdown. Jacoby George scored a touchdown.
Come on,
man.
Broward, baby.
305 Saeed wants to know, if you could travel to anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I could travel to anywhere in the world. I always wondered how Hawaii really is. I'll say Hawaii. You know how long that flight is, Hawaii?
Yeah, I did it. It was you go to LA first, and then it's like, it was a while. It's like a full day of traveling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's worth it though. It's nice.
Worth it?
Oh yeah.
So I gotta get to Hawaii then.
Yeah, Maui. You drive down. It's like you drive down the mountain. It's like it's like a desert. Then it's like a tropical rainforest. Then it's just like a normal beach. It's like different habitats in just one little small island.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's different. It's different than here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in a good way. Yeah, it's nice.
All right, I got to.
It's nice.
See that one day.
So Self-Made Zig wants to know, what's your favorite pregame hype song?
Pregame hype song right now, because we were just talking, but right now is The Biggest Part 2, Boss Man D-Lo. Y'all please listen to that. It's going to get you ready. But, hey, listen to some gospel music too, though. Just try something calm, before the game too. I like to listen to some gospel music. I just started that like halfway in the season, and that get me locked in too. So it depends on the mood I'm feeling. If I want to act crazy today, or am I just focused and locked in, just chilling. I'm always locked in, but, just depends on what you're feeling.
Sure. Boss Man D-Lo. So I'm not up on the new music like that. I'm almost 40, so I'm out of date. But they're telling me that he had a song, and the person who was on the song with him was shouting out Cam and Jacoby George in the song.
I ain't even listened to that song yet. But, yeah, it was No Cap. Yeah. No Cap. He always just – what he's known for is just how he could just – like his songs, he always make like some fire simile. Like he just – it's crazy what he does. You got to listen to it when you got some time. But, yeah, I got to go listen to that song. Yeah, I heard that. I seen that.
You'll get you on one of those one day.
Yeah, definitely got to.
All right, last one from I am Ryan Sizer. What's your favorite thing about being a Cane?
My favorite thing about being a Cane is after I'm done here, like, I get to be a part of the history. Like, I get to be talked about one day, like, 10 years later, I get to be talked about. My dad get to be talked about. So just how I still talk about Edgerrin James, how I talk about Sean Taylor, it's just, I get to be mentioning one of them names now, just being a part of Hurricane history. So that's my favorite part.
I mean, listen, my kids didn't know about all the history, so to them, that's you.
Hey,
that's you and Damon. They're in the backyard doing that.
See, man, that's a blessing. That's what I want to get to.
Man, so appreciate you, man. Everything that you've done for this program, everything that you will do, everything you'll do in life, man.
Yes,
I know Canes fans are loving to be part of your journey and watch you succeed.
Yes,
and just really rooting for you, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Storm Sessions. Please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, also Miami Hurricanes All Access on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Go Canes.
Go Canes, baby.